Okay, welcome to the dais, Kayla King and Georgia Amore. We'll open it up to questions for the student athletes, but quickly, just a reminder, the Virginia Tech locker room will be open until 2:45. Let's begin with questions for the Virginia Tech student athletes, and we'll start with Mark.
Hi, Baylor, one of the top 10 teams in the country, I believe, in defending the three-pointer. As three-point shooters, does that kind of make you kind of eager to rise to that challenge, or are you so confident in your team's three-point abilities that it doesn't matter who you're going up against?
We'll start with Georgia, then Kayla.
I mean, if that's their focus and that's what they want to put all their focus on, I like to drive. I think, if we settle for threes, then potentially that could be an issue. We have to stay confident and know that we can knock down the three, but also we have to explore the lanes, get downhill. I think we showed that, in yesterday's game, a bit more well-balanced all around. When we had threes, we took it, but I felt we did a good job at getting downhill. So, you giveth and you taketh, and we have to be smart and mature with our decision-making.
Georgia said it well. Just knowing, we have an inside presence. We have Clara Strack, and we have Rose, and Carly got downhill yesterday. Georgia is good at getting downhill, so I think when we have an all-around game, that's when we're at our best.
Tim, and then Kelly.
Kayla, obviously, tomorrow will be the last time you play at Castle Coliseum in your collegiate career. What are kind of the emotions going into that, and how do you hope that Tech fans will remember your career?
It's easy to say to not think about it. I know it's my last game, but I think we're taking it one game at a time, and of course, we want to win and keep going on to Portland. So I think that's the biggest focus. It's kind of selfish to think about your emotions in the moment. So, you got to think about the team and all the work everyone's put in. So just having a good last one and know the fans are going to be there, and I think that's the best part to remember. Castle's a really fun place to play. They showed out against Marshall, and I know they're going to be there tomorrow. So that's the biggest thing.
I just got a story from your head coach, and this is for both of you, but the story involves Georgia, about Clara Strack and maybe the first or second practice before your overseas trip in the summer, and Clara had a big block on Georgia, and maybe
she didn't.
This is the story I heard. So just going off of that, how have you guys seen Clara evolve? I'm just repeating verbatim, okay? Evolve from just that young freshman to now. What are the biggest things she's improved upon?
Georgia, then Kayla.
Yeah, for sure, her aggression, and I think she's always had a natural knack for the ball, and she has really good reactions, and I think it's fulfilled, as the year has gone on. I actually do remember that play. I think I went down for a layup, and she did tip it. She didn't block me; she tipped it. I missed the layup, but I came down and I was like, ooh, I was just in shock of kind of the way that she reacted towards the ball. I think big sometimes, maybe as a freshman try to be solid or whatever, but she has something about her that she just has good natural instincts. So that mixed with this year-long progression of her, getting to work with Coach Brooks, but also learning from Liz. And also I want to add, she's not little Liz. She's not Liz Kitley Jr. She's not, Liz is little, no, she's Clara Strack, and she's Clara Strack for a reason. So when you say her name, say her name. Don't be calling her little Liz, because, she's going to fulfill into her own player, and she has Liz as a great mentor. I'm sure if my little sister was constantly called Georgia, she would be mad too. I love my little sister, but I want her to be her own little person, and I want Clara to be her own person, and she will be her own person. So her progression and all of that has been incredible. And yes, she has Liz as a great mentor, but I cannot wait to see how she continues on throughout her rest of the time in college. But yes, her progression has been insane so far.
Kayla, what are your thoughts?
I think she's just stepped up. Of course, we've had Liz all year, and her playing behind Liz, her minutes were limited, but with Liz out, she's now the main center, and she's played 4 and 5. I think that's pretty crazy for someone at her size to be able to move how she does. We've seen little high school clips of her in the locker room. We've been watching highlights. She brings the ball up the court in high school, so I want to see a little bit more of that, and just seeing her confidence and stuff. She would block a shot and be straight faced a couple games ago, and now she shows a little bit of emotion. We're trying to get a little bit more out of her because her blocks are crazy, but. No, it's just, proud.
We make her uncomfortable in the best way. We allow her to celebrate her successes and all of that, because she's very stoic, but she's not. She's stoic to the regular eye, but she's not. But like Kayla said, we put our highlights on from high school in the locker room, and we just sat there and gassed her up, because to just crack a little bit of emotion, have some fun. She's fun, but she's very shy and stoic. But
Colby and then David.
Colby Crawford, VT Scoop. For both of you guys, obviously, Georgia, your freshman year, Kayla, your sophomore year, you faced Baylor in the NCAA tournament. How fresh does that sit in the memory, and what does it mean now to defend Castle as opposed to have to go play them on their home court?
I think bi-monthly we joke about that game, and it's been 4 years since. But for us, I mean, we were babies, and we played against, the likes of Carrington and Didi. Like, that team was insane. Oh my gosh.
Big Bo, all of
Yeah.
them.
And obviously Coach Mulkey was there. But that game for me, I know for sure, was like a defining factor. And playing against those girls and seeing them and the elite standard that they held themselves to, that was eye-opening for me. And I think, last year as well, we were like a 1 seed and we were kind of in that position. So I think it really fulfilled itself. And, obviously still got a bad taste in my mouth from a Baylor loss. I mean, yeah, we joke about it, we think about it, but, it's a completely different team, different coaching. It's just the same uniform, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's like a full circle moment, kind of like that was my first NCAA tournament. This is my last one, so I don't know if they did that on purpose, if NCAA likes those storylines or not, but no, we're ready no matter who it would be, but it's, full circle for it to be Baylor, second round, my last tournament.
David.
David Cunningham, Tech Sideline. Georgia, so much was made of the way Marshall defended and did everything yesterday. What stood out to you about the way you guys played defense against them? And another big challenge tomorrow. What do you like about where you guys are on that side of the ball, on that end of the court, going into that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely played solid, and in yesterday's post-game presser, I for sure made a comment about us, maybe not rebounding as well as we could have, and maybe they just missed some shots, definitely something we had to fix. But, I think the thing I was most proud of as a team was that we just didn't panic. And I'm not even saying in-game panic. I mean leading up to it, because everyone was talking about their press. That was the first question everyone wanted to ask, and we're watching film, and they're placing such emphasis on that. But I think as a group, we just didn't panic. We were made aware of the potential that press could have had on us, and the I don't know. Yeah, I think we just did a really good job at staying poised and controlled. And I think going into Baylor, obviously they're strong. They play great defense. They're a pressing team. So obviously we have confidence from yesterday, but I think the thing that stands true is our ability to have stayed poised in those moments, on court and off.
Mark.
Both you guys and Baylor are a good rebounding team, so I was kind of curious, since Liz went down, I guess, what's kind of been the mindset about how to, keep this team a good rebounding team, even, without your leading rebounder, because obviously that's still worked out. I
mean, during the year, our whole focus, we did the math, and I think we were 0-2 when we didn't out-rebound someone, and we were 11-0?
11-0, yeah.
When we out-rebounded the team. So we've known this the whole year. We know that rebounding is a key factor, and whoever wins the rebound battles are going to win the game. But even during the ACC tournament, that was an emphasis. We went into Miami, and we were whoever wins this rebounding match is going to win the game. And then, we lost the rebound count against UVA, and we lost the rebound count against Notre Dame away. So there's no secret that it's a massive part of our game and our success. But, Baylor is a really good rebounding team. They're really desperate for the ball, and credit to them. But we're just going to have to do a good job tomorrow at boxing out and finishing possessions. Shots go up, we can't relax. They're not just going to give it to us. But we just have to crash. We have to put our bodies on the line and play the full 30 seconds.
Joey with Legacy Maker Sports. So I guess for starters, Baylor's coach mentioned about how they're not just playing against 5 players. They're playing against 10,005 players because of how much Castle is going to affect and play a part into this. How does it feel knowing that you guys have such a home court advantage, that it's essentially well known around the league that you're not just playing 5 people, you're playing 5 people plus a whole home court advantage?
I mean, I think that was a big reason why we wanted to host this year. We know our fans show out, and we know Castle's a tough place to play in. I think if you ask a lot of ACC teams, that they'll agree that Castle's one of the loudest places and most packed places to play at. But we take pride in that. Our fans, we love seeing them come out. We love the support, so we just enjoy putting on a show for them. And I think the fact that we can host again this year is just something we're not taking for granted, and we're going to give them a game for sure.
Tim?
This is for either of you guys. Obviously, Clara and Carly and Karis, they seem more than comfortable on the stage for their just NCAA tournament debut period. How much does their performances yesterday kind of help, kind of build up their confidence further that, all right, this stage is not too big for them. They're more than ready for this moment.
Stay with Kayla on this.
I think I mentioned earlier in the other presser, that they've had a couple big games this year to get under their belt. It's helped that we've had sold-out games here in Castle, so that wasn't their first time playing in like a huge crowd like that, especially being at home. Like, it's comfort. We've been practicing in Castle. We've gotten plenty of shots up in Castle. But for them to have a game like they did yesterday, I think is really beneficial for us to keep going on in the tournament. They saw the ball go in the hoop. I think everybody got their hands on the ball. Clara had a phenomenal game. Carly had a really good game all around. So it's just for them to have a good first tournament game as a freshman is really big, and we need them going in the tournament. So
Retweet.
Additional questions? Well, Mark, we'll finish this off.
I don't know, have you guys had a film session yet to see Baylor? I guess, does anything jump out at you on film that kind of, because obviously, this isn't a 13 seed, they're a 5 seed, and they're an AP top 25 team just like you, beat Utah and Texas. Anything jump out at you on a film that kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, I could see why, they're maybe on the same level as you guys?
Stay with Georgia here.
I mean, yeah, they're a great team, and you want to look at their stats. They're very equal scoring.
Yeah.
They all present opportunities, and as I said, like, rebounding is a massive thing for them. Defense is a massive thing for them. But they're a very, very well coached and well-rounded team. So I mean, it's a testament to them for sure. It'll be a great matchup, and I'm excited to play them because they are good. It's going to be a good challenge, and I've watched some of their games here and there throughout the year. Just as a casual fan, not because I was scouting them. I had no idea this was going to happen, but, enjoyed watching them play. Their point guard play is really good. Obviously, I think we played against Jada Walker last year in Kentucky, in Bahamas when she played for Kentucky. And, as I said, just well-coached, well-rounded, equal scoring.
Kayla, you have the last word.
no, I mean, same what Georgia said. Any given night, anyone can be a leading scorer for them. So I think that just makes sure we have to lock in on every person. Everybody has to know everybody. Can be switched off, but just focusing on ourselves and making sure we control the tempo and play at our pace, I think is just going to be the biggest thing for us.
Okay. Kayla and Georgia, thank you for your time.